Hey, what's good, champions? Arian, Tyson here. Listen, I wanted to shoot this video today because I was having a very interesting conversation with someone recently, and we were talking about choices. A lot of times we focus on mistakes that we made or lessons that we learned from, and we always have this thing where if we could turn back the hands of time. And I posed a question to them and I asked them, what are some choices that you believe that would save your life that you feel that people wait too long to make? And so we had a very healthy conversation about it. And so I want to share with you some things to give you something to think about. And I want to talk to you about some life changing choices, life saving choices that people wait too long to make. So if you get value from this video, feel free to like, comment, and share this video. They always say time changes things, but oftentimes you actually have to choose to change them yourself. Now, maybe it's the life lessons I was forced to learn the hard way or the toll of loss and failure I had recently endured. And I wanted to feel light and free and ambitious and passionate again. But I went through a point in time where I just didn't know how. And luckily, my wise mother, who has always been a true lifesaver to me, gave me some good advice that I remembered many years ago. She told me that she could still see a positive, passionate young man inside of me, but that I needed to do some soul searching to reconnect myself to him. And as I attempted to follow my mother's advice, I remembered that I used to have two quotes written on written on post-it notes on my bedroom wall when I was a kid. One of them said, accept what is, let go of what was, and have faith in your journey. The other one was, don't be scared to walk alone down the path less traveled, and don't be scared to love every minute of it. And so I wrote those two quotes down again, just as I remembered them, and posted them up on my office monitor. And I look at these quotes every day. And so I had begun to study these quotes and dissect these quotes every morning for several years thereafter. And they helped me keep centered. They helped me keep grounded. And so I also took tiny steps day in and day out until I knew I was finally moving down the right path again. So for anyone who feels stuck and without a strong sense of how to take the next step forward, I offer the following suggestions. And I'm going to share with you three suggestions in this video. Now, these are actionable lessons that kept me moving forward, even on the hardest days when I felt little passion for life. Perhaps they will bring some life and passion will reignite. And so it's important that you get this back as you go about your days and don't allow any more time to pass. So the first life-saving choice that people wait too long to make is to choose to actively think better about yourself. Everything starts in the battlefield of the mind. You have to speak over yourself. You have to encourage yourself when no one else will. You have to admit that you've spent a lot of your life subconsciously belittling yourself, thinking you're not enough, trying to be someone else, trying to be someone who fits in, someone who's less sensitive, less needy, less flawed, less you, because you felt broken, because you didn't want to scare people away, because you wanted them to like you, because you wanted to make a good impression. I get it. You wanted to be seen as worthy and lovable so you could feel healed and whole. And for the longest time, behind the facade of fake smiles, You have inadvertently betrayed yourself for the purpose of pleasing everyone else. And for the longest time, your heart is ached. Your heart is ached. But you're at a point now where you're seeing things differently. And the heartache just isn't worth it anymore. You've grown sick and tired of being sick and tired. You've gotten to the place that belittling yourself for one more day just doesn't make sense anymore. And more than that, you now realize that no matter what you do or how you change, some people will never be pleased anyway. So you now realize that you have to start doing things for the right reasons. Not because it's what you think everyone else needs, but because you finally know yourself to be worthy of your own love and your own care. Not because other people approve of you, but because you are breathing your own air, thinking your own thoughts, and occupying a space no one else ever could. Yes, you are indeed worthy. You are indeed worthy. Your ideas are worthy. Your feelings are worthy. Your needs are worthy. And without everyone else's constant validation, you must be who you are and live truthfully, even if it makes people turn their heads, even if it means walking along down the path less traveled for a while. I understand it. I've been there. I did it for years, and it didn't kill me, but it made me a lot stronger. And you must do it, even if your self confidence is taking a hit. It's necessary. The real battle is always in your mind, and your mind is under your control, not the other way around. You have been broken down by adversity. You have been broken down by rejection. You have been broken down by stress, but you are not broken. So don't let others convince you otherwise. And don't let your mind get the best of you either. Heal yourself by refusing to belittle yourself. I'm going to say it again. Heal yourself by refusing to belittle yourself. Choose to take up a lot of positive space in your own life today. Choose to give yourself permission to meet your own needs. Choose to honor your feelings and honor your emotions. Choose to make self love and self care, especially, a part of your daily rituals. Choose to think better about yourself so that you can live better in spite of the challenges that we inevitably face. Second thing, choose to accept that you are more than any one broken piece of you. What do I mean? When times are tough and some piece of you is chipped and broken, it's easy to feel like everything, it's easy to feel like all of you is broken along with it, but that's just not true. We all have this picture, this overarching picture in our minds of ourselves, this idea of what kind of person we are. And when this idea gets even slightly harmed or threatened, we tend to react defensively and irrationally. People may question whether we did a good job. People may question us, and this threatens our idea of being a competent person. So we become angry or hurt by the criticism. Someone falsely accuses us of something, and this damages our idea that we're a good person. I'm not telling you some red, I'm telling you something I experienced. And so we get angry and attack the other person, or we cower and cry. And the list goes on and on. But the craziest thing is, oftentimes, we are actually the ones harming and threatening ourselves with negativity and false accusations. I remember recently there was a morning where I was struggling to motivate myself to finish my second book. So my identity of myself as someone who's always productive and motivated and has great ideas suddenly came under attack. And when I realized that I wasn't getting things done, it made me feel terribly self conscious and upset because I began subconsciously worrying that I wasn't who I thought I was. I felt like I was a slacker. My solution was to realize that I'm not just one thing. I'm not always productive. Sometimes I am, but sometimes I'm unproductive too. I'm not always motivated. Sometimes I am, but other times I'm a bit lazy. And obviously, I don't always have great ideas either, but that's because that's impossible to have great ideas all the time. The truth is, I can be many things. And remembering this helps me stretch my identity so it's not so fragile, so it doesn't completely shatter when a small piece of it gets chipped. Then it doesn't matter if someone occasionally thinks that I didn't do a good job, or if sometimes I catch myself not doing a good job because I don't always do a good job. Here's the reality: I make mistakes. I'm less than perfect. I've never tried to be perfect, just like you. And that's perfectly okay. And then finally, for this video, third thing is that you have to choose to evolve and start over when you must. And I know that's challenging because people don't like starting over, especially the older you get or the more time you have invested in something and then it doesn't turn out the way that you thought it would. It's tough to start over. Well, you probably saying starting over is not an option. Well, unfortunately, that's a lie that many of us hold on to until the bitter end. And this idea of starting over being a bad thing is baked right into the fabric of our society's education system. We send our children to a college or university when they're 17 or 18 and basically tell them to choose a career path that they'll be happy for the next 40 years. But then they're thinking, what if I choose wrong? Right? I remember thinking to myself, and that's exactly what I did in more ways than one over the years. However, through bouts of failure and hardship, I've learned the truth through experience. You can change paths anytime you want to, and oftentimes it's absolutely necessary that you do. Yes, starting over and making substantial changes in your life is almost always feasible. It won't be easy, of course, but neither is being stuck with the lifelong career you naively chose when you were a teenager. And neither is holding on to something that's not meant to be or something that's already gone. The truth is, no one wins a game of chess by only moving forward. Sometimes you have to move backward to put yourself in a position to win. And this is a perfect metaphor for life. Sometimes when it feels like you're running into one dead end after another, it's actually a sign that you're not on the right path. Maybe you were meant to hang a left when you took a right. And that's perfectly fine. Life gradually teaches us that U turns are allowed. So turn around when you must, because there is a big difference between giving up and starting over in the right direction. And there are three little words that can release you from your past mistakes and regrets and get you back on track. The three words are these: from now on. From now on. So from now on, what should you do? Think about it. Sometimes something that makes you feel like you're making progress. Something that makes you feel like you're making progress. Something small. As long as you don't just sit in your seat strapped down to a destiny that is not yours. If you mess it up, start over. Try something else. Let go and grow day by day, one day at a time, one step at a time. It's a practice of thinking better about the past and present, and then maintaining positive daily rituals so that you can continue to evolve and fail, but fail forward. So I wanted to share that with you. I hope that it was of value to you. If it was, feel free to like, comment, and share this video with someone. Thank you so much to those who have recently subscribed to my YouTube channel. If you have not already done so, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so that you can get notified when I upload new content. Thank you to my day ones for continuing to rock with me. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. And as always in life, you have two choices. You can make moves or you can make excuses, but you most certainly cannot do both. It's yours truly, Arian Tyson, and I will talk to you on the next one. Peace.